Good afternoon, Madam Chair and other members of the board. My name is Mitchell Gold. I'm a chartered accountant by profession. I'm here representing the Village of Yorkville. I am the vice president of the village, and I have lived in the area. I lived on 11 Yorkville. No, 11 was my business, 12 was my business, 81 I lived at, 92 Yorkville I had my business, and 83 Scholars. So I'm ensconced in the area and very familiar with a lot of the developments over the years, being a friend of Stan Garden and all his developments. I am one of the founders of the Bloor Yorkville BIA, and if the BIA ever sits in front of this board, they are not to represent the Village of Yorkville. If they ever come here, I'm saying to you in no uncertain terms, they have no right to represent the Village of Yorkville. And I would ask you to review the documents that form the BIA, which I helped orchestrate. And there was the BIA itself is not acting in the interest of the Village of Yorkville. And I want this committee to understand that. And the way you understand it is go look at the documents that we formed the village. Because the village was, not the village, the BIA. The BIA was a compromise that we came to, and we were to share the board 50-50. And they didn't live up to that. And I think that this committee, whatever you do, you should intercede in the BIA, because they're misrepresenting the village area. The building that we're talking about here, I just think it's an ugly building. But I think a lot of buildings are ugly. It's because architects are too structured between things. They can't be creative. Frank Gehry came into Toronto and showed us what creativity was, but we don't have it here. The Village of Yorkville owns two parks. It owns the park where we put the rock. You're familiar with the rock? I put the rock there. There was no guidelines for doing it. We did it. And it's proven over the years to be a wonderful experience. Knock on wood, there hasn't been any accidents on it. The kids are on it playing. It's marvelous. But the BIA doesn't market it at all. It's a tragedy what the BIA has been doing to this area. Now, I would like to encourage you. I don't know how these things get done, but how we got the rock there was we did a Section 37. Right now in Yorkville, you've already approved like 7 or 8 projects, all 50 stories or more. I would ask that we put a Section 37 on all of them at 3, 5, 10%, and get that money to promote Yorkville in the way that it should be according to your guidelines. Yorkville should be an exemplary of what happens when you amalgamate a village in a community. And what do? You don't throw it out. We've been thrown out. We've had it stolen from us. And I'm asking you to help us bring it back. I'm in. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your time today, sir. Do we have any questions for our speaker in respect of the matter that's before the board? Okay, and it's just with respect to the matter, the item number?